Kitchen chemistry, root beer. So at the beginning of the day, you start with root beer. You put about 2 gallons of water in here. Now you can just buy the water. Tap water is fine. You can always check in the area if there's any water restrictions, but in most cases, regular tap water is perfectly fine. So, little man. So you do about 2 gallons of water. This is actually the bin it's in. I have this on there because it's clean, and if I put stuff in here to store in here, then this keeps it clean. So with root beer, there's actually root beer flavoring. You put the 2 gallons of water in first, then you put in this entire bag of sugar. That is how much sugar is in your soda, about 64 tablespoons, which is disgusting. Anyway, so then you take that in there, you pour it in there, and you make a sugar solution. So you mix that up, make the sugar solution. Then you take your root beer, which is only about 5 to 6 drops. You really don't want to add too much root beer flavoring because it can get a little overbearing, but if you go a little over 6, that's fine. So you pour a little bit of root beer inside there, and then you mix that up. Now you have your root beer solution. You have dry ice too. So once you get that, now you have to make sure your sugar is fully dissolved before you add the dry ice, because the cold will slow down the sugar dissolving and you'll get lumps of sugar in the bottom, which I know from experience. So mix it up, let it dissolve, add your dry ice. Now here's where the dangerous part comes in. Never put anything under pressure in a locked container. It will blow up. And it sounds very cool and interesting, but many people have been injured due to this fact. So don't share too much of this with the campers, but just let them know, in order for this to become, now when you put the dry ice in, all the fog, I know, baby! All the fog is going to come up over and flow, and they're going to want to go over and touch it, make sure they stay seated. And also, when it's going, you go like this and put this on. This is not a screw top lid, very important. This is not a screw top lid. It is a pop top lid. So if any too much pressure happens, it'll pop the top off. But it will give you enough pressure to help you with something called Tom's Law. Tom's Law states that you can actually have gas dissolve in a liquid just like we have sugar dissolved in the liquid. So the gas will dissolve, the carbon dioxide from the dry ice will dissolve in the liquid as long as there's enough pressure on the top to force the gas into the water. So you do have to put the top on so you can make this carbonated. So you'll have a carbonated root beer soda at the end of this, as long as you do it properly, and you don't have to put it on too tightly either. It will pop, so don't put it too tightly, and never undo this string because you don't want it to pop and fly off. Okay, there it is, root beer.